done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition? Bone face.
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, with the PS5 though, like it just.
I know.
Ah, damn, y'all beautiful though, but.
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
My nigga.
I feel like homie head should be normal. I have friends that I'll just go over to their house because I want to show off a little bit, and then on the way out, I'll dap them up and act like nothing happened, and we'll just talk like we're homies, because we are.
Nasty bitch.
Y'all, so this dude came in my DM yesterday. He was like, "You're pretty, I'm trying to get to know you." He literally sent me $1,000 just to get to know me. And y'all literally sit here and think I'm gonna get to know y'all for free when somebody just paid me $1K for him to get to know me? Be so for real.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
You know what I love to see? I love to see when the ex leaves and does everything that I asked them to do for somebody else. That just makes me know that I wasn't the issue. It was you. And you realized you was the issue, but you was so goddamn prideful on changing your ways. You rather had changed your partner and then try to be better for them. That's cool. Listen, God works in mysterious ways, and maybe that was a blessing for me. Maybe that's a blessing for them. However, it brings me peace to know that I was right.
What kind of shit is that?
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not. No.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
He ain't lying.
Yo. What's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Now, yo, shout out to XL Pro, the moderator of the most. He says like, share, and subscribe to $Cali West 1. Salute. So, yo, you already know I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna go straight to the point tonight. You feel me? Your boy gotta, you know what I'm saying, get up and go to work tomorrow. I got a long day. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all tuning in on this Sunday. I hope y'all enjoying your Martin Luther King weekend. With that being said, we're gonna continue on. Yeah, so Coach Greg Adams, you know, he's been in space for a very while. Y'all already probably all know him. Shit, most of my subscribers already probably are part of either Coach Greg, Coach Gang, you know, the free agent lifestyle. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And with that being said, Coach Greg Adams had a Saturday evening live streaming. He's never on YouTube on Saturdays, but he did make an exception to kind of, you know, speak the truth about the Manosphere, because let's just be real. Anybody who's been in the Manosphere for a while, you know, y'all know how things was at one point in time. You know, there's a lot of, you know, people was getting a lot of views. Then there was the shadow banning and all that stuff, you know, shadow banning, and, you know, whether y'all agree with the content or not, you know, some people were putting out some really good content and they were still not getting any views. You feel me? But Coach Greg Adams kind of broke, I'm not even going to mince words. Coach Greg Adams broke it down like a surgeon when it came to these facts regarding to the Manosphere and essentially the rise and the fall of the Manosphere. By no means did he ever say the red pill itself is dead. He just basically said the Manosphere itself, what it was and what it could have been. It just, you know, it would probably, you know, maybe not ever even get to that point again because of a lot of backstabbing. And basically, it's essentially like, you know, we learn, you know, a lot of us learn this red pill shit, but then we learn them start doing some really blue pill beta shit, you know, in this space. And, you know, we can point the fingers. And also, Coach Rick Adams kind of broke the facts about a lot of the imitators and the fake who came into space, because let's just be real. A lot of us has been in this space, you know, been in it since 2016. I came into the space about 2016, 2017. That's when I got into it. You know, I ain't gonna lie. It was because of a female. But what I ended up finding out was it was more about life in itself. You know, getting a good woman was just basically a byproduct of getting your life together. And that's one of the key aspects of Coach Greg Adams' free agent lifestyle encompasses. With that being said, let me go to the comment section real quick. We got a man supporting man, aka MPI. He comes through. Shout out to Free Agent Lifestyle. I appreciate you for tuning in, G. XL Process salute. Shout out to the Free Agent Lifestyle. Shout out to the Righteous Fear. Salute. Then, of course, we got a man supporting man. MPI says salute to Cali West and everyone in the chat. I appreciate you. Then we got Anthony. We got Anton here from Facebook. I appreciate you for tuning in, G. Okay, I appreciate it. I got some friends in the chat, you know. Now, with that being said, we can go straight to the business. We might as well, because there's a few talking points that he said, and yeah, I'm gonna play it out a little bit, and then probably get on it and, you know, say my opinions of what I gotta say. I ain't gonna lie, there's nothing I disagree on in his podcast, but there's some things I did kind of cherry pick, and I really, really actually like what he was talking about, because he's keeping it all the way raw. With that being said, let me show it. Let's see here. Okay. Now I got a few of them. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. Because I had it sectioned off already to play the parts that I wanted to play. Okay, that's one. Where's it at? Oh, I think it's right here. We can go rock with this one. Here we go. Is that it? Oh, it is. This is what Coach Greg Adams had to say.
The next way the Manosphere destroyed itself from the peak. Remember, you clear your ears out. I'm talking about the peak. The peak was 2021 to 2023. That is how even the normies who react to Manosphere content, they almost inevitably never go back to 2021. They almost always start at any podcaster that was in 2021. That nobody creates Nobody goes back and looks at Sandman's video from 2017. Nobody goes back and say, hey, there's this guy named Sandman. That manosphere doesn't exist.
Essentially, where he kind of led off from, and y'all need to check out his video straight up to get the whole full synopsis of everything. But what he's basically saying is everybody who essentially is in the space now, whether you see, you know, whatever podcast, which is a fraud, and a matter of fact, he's about to touch on that too. But basically, other podcasters like Tonight Show and stuff like that, these people are only really tapping on the surface level. Essentially, everything that Kevin Samuels was kind of touching on, they're kind of going to those easy little topics. They're not really getting to the crux about how basically like how the child support system is like an issue and other things that, you know, they're not getting to the meat of the subject. They're just touching it there, and just kind of skip toeing through it. And basically, Coach Greg Adams is basically going to explain about how they're able to get their numbers up while we, you know, we think we're going to, you know, we're going to succeed by telling the truth. But, you know, essentially, you know, we're just going to just get shouted by amongst just the people who listen to us. Now, Jay Moore comes through from Facebook. What up, G? I appreciate you for tuning in. He says CJ is one of the few that hasn't bent over and greased themselves. And you know what? Oh, facts. And the reason why he doesn't have to grease himself, because essentially, even though he works for YouTube, he essentially works for YouTube for free because he's not even working for AdSense or anything like that, like me or anybody else. He basically essentially works on contributions in his own business model. So essentially, he's independent to say what he wants, kind of like Donald Trump. You feel me?
All right, that manosphere doesn't exist. Nobody's even talking about that part, even to the point most people don't even know about these people. And there's a reason why. And I'm going to talk about this now. There is a reason why. Okay. The reason why is you have content pirates. Now, everybody possibly could be accused of this thing right here. But content pirates, you can call them content thieves. You can call it whatever you want to call it. We'll just use the term pirates. Pirates are content creators that came in during the peak, or they saw the rise of the manosphere and they said, hey, I can make content too. I can make content too. I can do this too. They saw Fresh and Fit rise. They saw Kevin Samuels rise. In fact, I was ahead of all of them in 2019. That was my peak. 2019, I beat all of them to 100K. By the time 2021 comes around, I'm demonetized and they pass me up. So I'm a little bit older in this space. I'm in kind of the second wave. The 2021, 22, 23 content creators are in the third wave, if you will. Now, what happened was content creators would come along and basically cherry pick the most popular content form. And then what they would do, which is always common, which I'm looking around YouTube, we see this all around YouTube. Sometimes,
I mean, let's just be real, dog. Sometimes, like for example, remember, let's just be real, y'all. Remember when KS blew up? And I ain't in front. Am I not in a lot of Kevin Samuels groups? Yes, because it's kind of red pill adjacent. But let's just be real. A lot of us red pill manosphere people will get into it a lot of KS people, because even though Kevin Samuels was technically red pill, his viewers were not really red pill. Those are like really purple pill and really mainly blue pill, people. So we'll tend to clash in their groups. But the truth is that, do y'all remember when, I kind of went on a tangent, but with that being said, do y'all remember essentially when KS blew up? At that point, people just kept on making KS videos, or KS said this, KS said that. Coach Greg Adams basically mentioned about how essentially people were just building their careers off of Kevin Samuels shit and not even really having their own philosophy or their own saying. It was basically just piggyback up on what KS was saying. Jay Moore says, yep, the major sheep and herders. Damn, bro. Hey, shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, you ain't told no lie, G.
He ain't lying.
sometimes they give credit to the people before them. What messed up the Manosphere is that they didn't give credit to the content creators before. So people would come in here, they would listen for a couple of weeks, they would turn their camera on and repeat exactly or copy the exact format of someone previous. Now, everybody is guilty of this to an extent because we're all kind of sharing the same talking point. There's only so many talking points. And sometimes somebody doesn't get appropriate credit. But what they do is they remix it. For instance, I've even heard Kevin Samuel say, I'm going to quote from a book, but I'm not going to give credit to the person who wrote the book because I don't like the person.
Yo, that is fucking greasy, bro, as shit, bro. For Kevin Samuels to do that, bro.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, and you know it's crazy too, because he's even, you know, he's the kind of even reference Coach Rick Adams by Graybeard. He wouldn't say his name. And you know, it's funny too, like I mean, you know, I might not be a big content creator at all. I know that by no means. But I'm not, you know, I have no problem shouting out somebody else, you know what I'm saying, or at least showing the name of the video or whoever made the video, or at least showing the link, something. I'm not one of those ball hogs. I believe whatever content, whatever viewers or memberships or views I get, I'm going to get it organically, whether I'm talking about another content creator or not, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of just really crazy how people just be doing shit like that. And a matter of fact, look, if y'all don't believe Coach Greg Adams that you know, about what he said about Kevin Samuels, want to know who else called out Kevin Samuels for not giving out credit? Tom Likas. Do y'all remember when Tom Likas, you know what I'm saying, basically took shots at KS, even though KS was, you know, in the ground, or not even, his body wasn't cold yet, but Tom Likas, when they brought up his death, he had choice words to say to him, because he basically was like, yo, he was like, you know, this dude stole my flow. I don't know if y'all remember that, but Tom Likas, y'all might not even know who Tom Likas is. Y'all might be like, who? But Tom, I think his name was Tom Likas. Yeah, Tom Likas. Tom Likas is, you know, he's kind of like a Patrice O'Neal kind of guy. Like, he's been around since the 90s, guy from LA. And he had a radio show, but essentially a lot of, you know, some talking points, a lot of things from, you know, from the Manosphere and from the PUA, from all that, do come from Tom Likas. You know, so Coach Ray Adams is not, you know, trying to, like, you know, take shots at Kevin Samuels. He's just speaking the facts. That's one thing I definitely enjoy and love about Coach Greg Adams. Say he don't mince words. He'll tell what it is. And here's the thing I like about Coach Greg Adams. Just because he's cool with you, just because he's your friend, doesn't mean that he's not going to call your ass out. He can still call you out, you know. He's not going to go and, like, tease you, but he'll say it for what it is. And that's one thing that I definitely love and appreciate about Coach Greg Adams, with that fact that he don't mince words. He say what it is, and he tells you the hard facts. Truth is, if someone really, you know, here's a saying that he's been saying lately that I really, 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 really like. He says, do you want to be right, or do you want to win? And yo, that is golden, bro. Because sometimes you got to be wrong and learn, or you could be right, or you could believe that you're right and then just be, you know, still stuck in the same situation. It's kind of like, you know, how some of these chicks at these jobs be losing their job. They get mad, they cuss out their job, you know, they cuss out their bosses because they feel they're right. And guess what? Maybe to some degree they're right. Maybe they're, you know, it doesn't really matter whether they're right or wrong, because at that point they get fired. But it's just like this game in the red pill. You know, people don't want to take heed and listen. And guess what? People end up crashing and burning and failing.
So even Kevin Samuels did it. And by virtue of that, I stopped listening to him at that point. It wasn't the hate. It wasn't jealousy. When he did that, I lost it. I was like, this is incredible. Now, everybody, again, is culpable in this one. But let me give you an example. The example is this guy right here, which you will have even counterintelligence. He might qualify as this. This guy right here is named Brian. Brian is associated with the whatever podcast, possibly the founder of it. I have no idea, but he's got these founders of these movements here. I don't even know what this stuff is. I don't watch them, never watched them, but I see his clips come across the screen all the time. And I have to ask myself, I often wondered why in the world, and this is what I wondered. I said, where did he come from? Right? Where did he come from all of a sudden? Then I look up and it's like 4 million subs. I'm like,
Straight jacket.
I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. I was like, I never heard of the guy. He's not giving credit to anybody in this space and essentially just copy Fresh and Fit. Now, when I talk about counterintelligence, it doesn't mean it's government funded, but this to me reeks, it's weird. I was like, this is weird that he just boom, just skyrocketed up. And I'm like, what happened? Well, I did a little bit of research, found out he's been a content creator on YouTube for quite a long time. He's been a content creator for quite a long time. In fact, he has a 1 million subscriber plaque in 2020. 2020. And at the time, and this is no shade at him, at the time, he's doing skits. He's not doing red pill content. He didn't arrive at red pill and got up to 1 million. He kind of was already in the YouTube algorithm. He's doing, what is he doing? He's doing skits. There he is dressed up like a fairy. You'll see it here. You see that? That's your boy, so-called. Why isn't he on the list? That's him right here. And I'm just using him as an example. I'm just using him as an example. This is so-called some of y'all hero. I'm not trying to create beef, but I got to say, what the fuck is going on here? You got to realize I've been in this space since 2015. Where did he come from? Right? He's dressing up. He's doing skits. He's not building his audience off of Manosphere talking points of red pill. His audience was already built. He's doing Marty McFly right here. Now, I'm just trying to show you that later on, this nigga end up growing a beard, all right? And now he's the face of the Manosphere, and he's getting a free pass. Now, when I said to you earlier, something is not adding up. When I talked about counterintelligence, when I talked about this list, when I talked about YouTube is intentionally diverting content from certain people, they admit it right here. Right there.
Yo, let me go to the comment section real quick because that's very important. Jay Moore said Sandman was the truth. JJ Diesel says howdy Cali West and salute to the chat. XL Pro says KS reaction videos. Facts. Man, I think maybe I did. You know, I think I only did one reaction video of his, and that's only because he was talking about what's that chick's name? 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend, Vivica A. Fox. But unless it had to do with someone saying something about KS, I didn't rarely went and reacted to KS stuff because that was kind of dick riding. I always kind of wanted to set on my own. And I ain't gonna front, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a fucking member of the free agent lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I at least gotta try to break out our own. Even if I, do fuck with, certain particular space or even a certain content creator, we gotta at least do our own thing. You feel me? At least. Now, of course, JJ Diesel says I consider myself as brown pill because I believe in the Bible, red and black makes brown. All right, bet. I feel you, bro. I see you. XL Pro says true. Tom Likas. JJ Diesel then then JJ Diesel says I remember Tom. Then Jay Moore says KS was pushing his own shit. CJ is a rare individual. I mean, like I'm not saying that KS didn't have he had something. I mean, look, KS was, good at business and stuff like that, and he was like a business manager in his professional life. So, yeah, I'm sure that, he kind of had his own little lingo, but there's a lot of stuff that he did adopt from other people. You feel me? It was like, for example, the only reason why he didn't say date girls, at the JUCO is because that would have been straight Biden. But essentially, he was still a 50-year-old man who ended up dying with a 30-year-old woman. Remember? So, there was a lot of little philosophies that, I mean, we all, I guess, essentially do kind of borrow shit essentially, We do. Now, Exo Pro says, Angry Man fell out with KS also because of not giving credit. And Ringo, Ringo TV, I don't think it was ever cool with KS like that anyway, but Ringo had a big problem with KS when he was alive. Remember? I don't know if y'all remember, but Ringo TV reactions, he was going in on KS, bro, before KS died, bro. Remember? He was getting on him and MTR about him wearing the Chelsea boots and how he flew the man out and stuff. I don't know if y'all watch Ringo TV, but I remember he was clowning KS before he died. Jay Moore says copy and paste. Yeah, you know, a lot of these niggas be copy and paste, bro. Oh, Still Alright says CGA is the goated. Right. Salute to CGA the goat. Now, what else is in this comment section? Then KS says KS was flagging some people for using his content without permission. Yeah, he was doing some really greasy work. And a matter of fact, Ringo TV reactions, he was the one who basically was telling people how to kind of counteract it. Like, if you want to review his shit, you can review his shit if you're doing it under fair use. And it's typically true. Now, Jay Moore says, KS needs vocal when he talked to Cardi B. Definitely not a pimp. Definitely not pimp shit. Oh, was it Cardi B or was it Nicki Minaj? I think you meant Nicki Minaj, but Jay Moore, I definitely understand that. Like, yeah. And you know what's crazy? You know why he technically buckled? It's not really buckled if you already bent the knee. I mean, I guess that's the same thing. But dude, he basically bent the knee because he was trying to essentially, he wasn't trying to muddy the waters. He was trying to get in. Because remember, right before he died, he was even on Atlanta. His next step was to get on TV. He was trying to get on prime time type shit, but he ended up, he ended up meeting his demise before then. But he definitely bent the knee when it came to him talking to Nicki Minaj. I mean, and it's true. Like, I mean, Nicki Minaj is not a bad looking woman, but I mean, she's made up. Like, I'm not saying that she wasn't attractive when she didn't have that stuff, but all that makeup and stuff. Like, there is makeup, there is plastic surgery, there is stuff like that. But but I know what you meant, Jay Moore. Yeah, he bent the knee. He definitely bent the knee, though. So I definitely say that, hands down. Exo Pro says Ringo was flaming KS. He sure was, dude. Like, Ringo TV was kind of going in on him. He didn't even have to use KS. He was using KS's content against him. And you know what? Coach Greg Adams actually kind of brings that too, because technically, us, when I say us, I mean the Manosphere. Y'all never see me attack necessarily anyone specifically as far as another content creator, but I know people in the space do tend to sometimes have beef, and that's not also necessarily a good thing either. Now, JJ Diesel says the dirt is brown and Adam was made for it. Eve was taken out of man. Facts. Right. So with that being said, man, let's go back into this video.
To divert audiences away, lead audience away from wrong think influencers, so-called Manosphere creators, and towards positive male influencers or any other program that makes the Manosphere look bad. Wouldn't this qualify as it? Wouldn't this qualify as it? You're like, how did this happen? Now, hold on. I'm going to show you something here. Wouldn't that qualify as counterintelligent? Listen to this woman here. Her name is Brett Cooper. This is Brett Cooper right here. Okay. This is Brett Cooper. Listen to what she says here. She is reviewing a New York Times article on the Whatever podcast. All of a sudden, it's the New York Post. The New York Post tends to cover many Manosphere people. I've been covered in the Post negatively about myself, and a lot of people have. But the New York Post wrote an article, said, making hot girls look dumb. Listen to what she says here, and this will point out what I'm talking about content pirates. Okay, I have another point on this one, but bear with me. Okay, bear with me. Let's go ahead and play this clip. Listen to what she says.
A few days ago, making women look dumb.
is a disturbing new podcast trend. Now, they are specifically pointing out the Whatever podcast, but the Whatever podcast is not the only podcast of this genre. Fresh and Fit, I think, was the first of this kind. I think Whatever is maybe, I don't know, it shows up more on my timeline and on my For You page. I don't see as many Fresh and Fit clips.
Did you hear that? I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again. Now, people, you men that are going to respond, you're going to respond exactly how I think you're going to respond, and you're going to be the problem. You're one of the problems in this space. I want you to play that back again. Play that back again. Remember when I showed you counterintelligence is leading viewers away from this content to that content. So why doesn't CGA have 1 million? Why doesn't Angry Man have 1 million? Well, they're being led away from it, but what's being put in front is this content. I'm gonna play it again. Why isn't she seeing Fresh and Fit content? Okay. Why isn't she seeing Fresh and Fit was, I think, the first one to 1 million. Well, Kevin Samuels was. Why isn't she seeing Fresh and Fit? She was like, oh, it doesn't show up much in my algorithm. Now, of course, everybody's algorithm's different. People, she's a woman. She's not black. She's not minority. Fresh and Fit are. But this guy, Brian's content is all of a sudden all over her goddamn algorithm. Why? Why is it always in her suggestion box and Fresh and Fit is not? Remember, go back to what that article said about government sanction, leading people away from content. Go back to it. No, Fresh and Fit was not demonetized at the time. Fresh and Fit was not demonetized at the time. This video is over 2 years ago. Whenever you see 1 year, this video could have been 2 years old. Okay, it says 1 year ago. So that could be 1 year and 11 months. Fresh and Fit is just recently demonetized. So this video goes back way prior to Fresh and Fit being demonetized. Okay, it goes back way prior. Why is that the case? You have to really question this. I question a lot of things and go, how in the world does she not see Fresh and Fit come up in her goddamn suggestion box? All right. But the other podcast, she does. All right. How is that the case? Now, remember, people are always going to say, well, they don't know their facts. Remember, most people.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
People don't know anything about the Manosphere prior to 2021. And even then, they don't know. They're not watching it every day. So they don't care who's first or who last. It's irrelevant to them. So she's just making a commentary on what she possibly knows. Okay.
Specifically pointing out the Whatever podcast, but the Whatever podcast is not the only podcast of this genre. Fresh and Fit, I think, was the first of this kind. I think Whatever is maybe, I don't know, it shows up more on my timeline and on my For You page. I don't see as many Fresh and Fit clips, but I know that it is still around. But they are specifically nitpicking Whatever podcast. Anyway,
I'll just stop it at that. Now, for people still making excuses, I laid out my case.
Yo, and it's crazy too because let's just be real. I was wondering where the Whatever podcast came from too. I didn't know who the fuck they was, bro. Now let's go to this comment section. Oh, y'all having some biblical verses over here. Barbarian says, love CJ, listen to his live stream over Rumble and just about every day while I'm working. Highly entertaining and informative. Facts. Still Alright says, J Diesel, I got something else for you. My last comment is in the definition of woman, evil is taken out of man. Then, oh no, that's what JJ Diesel said to he said JJ Diesel said my last comment is the definition of Eve was taken out of man. Y'all boys getting y'all getting religious tonight, boy. For real. Whatever you have a woman and she's not with you and you start feeling sick to your stomach, she's not doing something she's out there doing something that she shouldn't. She was taken out of your rib. We can physically feel it when she's on BS. I agree to it like that. Like, well, here's the thing. Us as men, we do understand. Here's the thing. All right. It's like you're messing with a female, right? or you have a girlfriend for a long time. You know she likes ice cream. You know she likes to spend Saturdays and Sundays with you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she might make Friday with her grandma or something like that. But when she starts telling you all of a sudden that she's ain't got no time, you know, she's too busy. You know, she got to spend time with her cousin who she ain't never chill with. All of a sudden, now she start hanging out with her cousin, or all of a sudden now she's too busy on weekends. You already know there's another bull in the ring because women are just as routine as men, and when they start breaking down in stride, that's because something's going on. So yes, when you say always trust your gut feeling, trust me, I truly believe men, because maybe they came from rib, maybe it's biblical, but we could definitely. I feel even as a blue pill beta simp, I believe in our subconscious, in our psyche, in our muscle memory from our ancestors. We know when a chick is we know when a chick is on some shady shit, bro. Like you can already tell, bro. You already done know.
It's an evil world we live in.
Sheesh.
You got a girl. Drop her.
Now, you also say, what else was the next comment? Jay Miller says hijacking. Oh, then Barberta says, oh, whatever podcast is just a lame Daily Wire rip off of Freshest Fit. Facts. I've been saying that. Shapiro and DW pay for views and traffic. Facts. Well, also, too, not only that, too, what is the thing? The truth is, yeah, they're definitely getting help. And, they're definitely getting help, bro. And just from what Joe Adams basically exposed, this dude didn't even get 1 million views. He didn't get 1 million views of a red pill shit. He got 1 million views for basically doing skits, bro. This dude was on some fake Gazy shit, bro.
You sell it's all bullshit. All of it.
That's crazy because you know what? The only red pill person I've seen on his show was, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Freshman Fish went there. No, I don't think so. But was what's his name from Saint and the Sinners? I think he was on it one time. And it's funny because that's the only one clip that y'all see me ever show on this show, and from whatever podcast. And guess what? Brian wasn't even fucking in it. It was Saint and the Sinner. Putting down a girl from the OnlyFans in the beginning of my interlude. Now, Jay Moore then says the Matrix will and can surgically place whatever content they want in the algorithm. Oh, hands down, facts. JJ Dita says true believers of Almighty, God Almighty Yah, Yahshua, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit and the Bible are brown pill. I had visions while reading the Bible 3 times in my life so far. Then Kay says the real pill is not dead. The only problem today is the only problem today compared to like 2019 is there's too many fake outfits today. I agree. Like I feel like sometimes we could be red pill, but we still are men. Like just because you're red pill, just because you know a woman is, just because a chick might be a skeezer, doesn't mean that you still can't be attracted to the skeezer, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, for real, bro. Like, shit. I feel like, a woman could be bad for you and still look good and you can still be attracted to a woman, but then know consciously, like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put on a condom when I have sex with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my precautions. I mean, even though, you probably shouldn't be dealing with her, but we all know, some of the girls who got the best, sex are these crazy chicks who, are not even all that. But, like I said, it's not worth losing your life over anything. You should definitely wrap up and, get tested and, take precautions. But I feel like sometimes, in this red pill space, if you're even kind of even say a chick is like even sexy, even she's a hood rat, oh, she got 2 tooths, oh, this, that, that. I was like, okay, all right. We understand that, because as men, we could compartmentalize sex from being married and having kids and stuff like that, right? And yes, this space is too full of, meathead real pill guys. Everybody's so red pill, everybody red pill this, red pill that. And being red pill is about being red pill about life, not just about women. You know? So now, like men walking around here with virgins anyway. JJD says a lot of females are witches and they hate the Bible. The following scriptures is an example. Why? Exodus 22:18, suffer not a wish to live. Facts. But Bird says the Daily Wire crowd are controlled opposition. They play nice in the sandbox with Google and big text. That's why Steve Crowder and Candace Owens fell out with them. Facts. Facts. Now, JJ Diesel Cowboy Travis 79 says Ecclesiastes 7:26-28 is a must read. Jay Moore says the religion is totally red pill. These beta simps change the pill color. Facts. Now, I am Case says that's a good point. Even though she's a skis, you are still a male, but it's good to be careful. Get your impulses out, but don't let it ruin you. Right. Like, what do they say? You don't have to let your indiscretions become a virtue or something like that. I forgot what it's saying. But yeah, like don't let your fetishes be like your virtue. Like just it's like, for example, let's just be real, y'all. We all done slept with a big girl before, or a chick who is bigger than what we'll want to maybe be around the public. But guess what? That don't mean it still didn't feel good. That didn't mean she didn't still give you some stuff type. That means she did. That doesn't mean that she didn't make you bust quick. You know? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Should you have unprotected sex with her? Probably not, because you don't want to be stuck with her, right? Because she's a big girl, you don't want to have big kids, right? I get that. But at the same time, I just kind of feel like some people, they're not even real with themselves. Like, some people are just trying to outdo each other. And that's not what the red pill is about. It's not really about outdoing each other. And guess what? If you want to be outdoing each other, then when some people outdo each other a certain way, then people be mad. Because, there's some people with a red pill, they make a lot of money, like Coach Greg Adams. And some people have a problem with that. Some people try to call out, I guess, him going to DR and stuff. But I kind of feel like they start really being mad when he came out with that Porsche 911. And then he turned around and came out he busted out with the G-Wagon. Yo, man, I kind of feel like a lot of people was mad at that, bro. They was mad, bro. They was like, they was feeling kind of hurt, bro. Because it kind of makes you look at your life and make you want to either self-improve or be a hater like some of these people out here. You feel me?
What kind of shit is that?
Now, Jay Moore says, exactly, red pills are way of life, not all other nonsense. He said, who hasn't had a big girl fetish? Right. You feel me? Like I said, but yeah, Jay Moore, but you're a little more wiser than other people. So it's not you per se or us, but younger people in the space, new people who's coming into space, and even some of the old people that come into space. Like, you feel me? Like they act like you gotta be like a damn monk. Like, just because you're on monk mode, you don't literally have to be a monk. You feel me? Now, JJ says, protect your soul by avoiding prostitutes and harlots. Stop making ungodly soul ties with harlots, prostitutes, slot machines, and 304s. Bruh, I know you're right, bro. I know you're right. But, yo, unless you're practicing abstinence, which one? I'm not saying all women are like this. But like I said, man, you just have to point out which ones are the good ones. Point out the good ones for me, and then I'll go holler at them. But, bruh, I don't know. Like, that's kind of tough because now they all wear the same uniform, JJ Diesel. Jay Moore says hating on a man is definitely a feminine behavior. Bingo. You know what's actually ironic? One of the things that basically, that's why y'all have to watch this show in its entirety, this video in its entirety, because he basically he rounds up that basically essentially everything that we learned from the red pill that we should be applying to life, we're essentially using some of that against each other, but in the wrong ways. Like, it's like, okay, we know women like hypergamy, right? So we don't want the other man to make money and stuff like that. It's real stupid. It's real weak, man. Like, and you know what? Let's let Coach Greg Adams speak on it, bro. I want him to say what he got to say about it.
People are intentionally getting diverted away from specific content. And I got men in here that's still going to come up with 50, 11 excuses. And actually, it's called diverting hate. And y'all still going to make excuses. Look, we still got somebody here. It was that long ago. Demonetization. No. The Fresh and Fit clips is literally right here on the list. You know who ain't on this list? Whatever podcast. So y'all can make every excuse in the book to try to figure out why that's the case. But it's not an argument. They literally were diverted away specifically from this group of people on the list. Okay? And suggested other stuff, which includes government-approved content creators. Make every excuse you want in the book. There's no argument. And I'm not even here to argue. So if you're here to argue, go fucking kick rocks. All right? I'm laying out my case. My case is ironclad. My case is ironclad. It is what it is. You like how nobody knows about CGA? Pretty clear. It ain't coming up in Brett Cooper's. It ain't coming up in her suggestion. Now, the last point about this content creator pirates. This is a critical mistake when you think about the message. What is the message? Men, helping men, male improvement, exposing the secrets of marriage and divorce, cohabitation, the laws. If men are being diverted away from this intentionally, but the new content creators come up and give no historical fact of where they got their data, where they got their information. Who did you hear from? Who do you know of beforehand? What people do is they'll jump on YouTube and they'll start saying things like, men are in love, women are in business. All men pay. All right, they'll start saying shit that they clearly heard somebody else say. I mean, clearly, it is straight jack. This is one of the weakest parts of this space, is that they don't build on anyone else's shit. What they do is them motherfuckers will fire up their camera, start talking word for word, bar for bar, straight jack, exactly like 10 other niggas they done seen, and they won't mention nobody before them. Right? And listen, all of us are guilty of this to an extent, but it's extreme plagiarism, and that discredits the space, because then people say, oh, this guy's a genius. Oh, this guy's a genius. He preaching, he cooking, they'll crown him Godfather, King, and then the other person don't exist. So they'll copy not only the format, and then what they'll do is they'll just essentially act like they created all of the content. They did all of the research, all of the data and the stats, but they just simply watched someone before them for years, for weeks, for months, repetitively, over and over again, till they sound like that person. They'll fire up their content, never mentioned a person before, whatever podcast. I'm pretty suspect that they haven't mentioned anybody in the red pill space before. Why? They're not a part of the space. I've proven it. They're not a part of the space. They basically saw Fresh and Fit pop off. And then what do? They don't know shit about anything before 2021 in this space, and they think they're creating some content. They think that they're creating a mark. They think I'm making an impact, telling people the truth. When essentially he's reading off a computer. This nigga got his computer up all the time, just reading word verbatim what's on the computer. He's not coming off critically as he knows and aware and why. He's not. And these are just clips that I've seen him do. All right. This is why I've never reacted. These people are coming in and just pirating the space with no Alan Roger Curry, right? No credit to Alan Roger Curry. No credit to Paul Proteus. No credit to David Carroll. No credit to Sandman. No credit to anybody before. Anybody before does not exist. Just them. You see what I mean? Like, this is where the Manosphere died, and I'm way over time. So let me get to the next one here. I appreciate the supporters. Please don't feel like you have to make a lot of commentary and support. All right.
Yo, on this stream, he was even telling people not to send money because he was just trying to get his points across. But guess what? People got so much love for the coach. They kept on donating, bro. he had his 30-minute live stream ended up going for like 2 hours, bro. Now, let me read some comments real quick. Jay Moore says he's right. The government can't stop the nosedive of the gender crash. It's pretty much over now. The only proper chess move is to turn on women. The plantation is on fire. Sheesh. Shit. Hey. Shit. Hey, he ain't told no lie. No lie at all.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Now, Barbera says, I love when CGA goes off. He usually says ninja because of YouTube censorship, but when he gets fired up, he doesn't hold back. Right. Well, I make sure I just say ninja because I just don't like to say the N-word. I don't think he necessarily likes saying the N-word either. I think he's been very vocal about not really saying the N-word because, I mean, yeah, we might be used to saying it, but it's kind of real negative, whether white people call each other that or not or whatever. And I understand it might not have the same suddenness, but it's still a terrible word to use. So I know I just stick to just ninja. And trust me, Barbarians, trust me, you can say nigga all day on YouTube. I can say nigga, 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 and I won't get in trouble. As a matter of fact, my video will stay green. But once I say certain flag words, like, if I say anything about, having a little hat or, what I'm saying, or anything like that, or I say anything like they don't like, anything about the pokey poke, they will, that's when your shit turn from green to yellow or, or no, but yeah. But then anyway, EMK says, this is why Kevin Samuel was so successful. He would quote and post links to statistics like crazy. Well, yeah, he knew what he was talking about. Like, that's another thing too. He used to bring facts to the point that people couldn't even argue. I mean, they will still argue, but it was stuff that from a logical standpoint, you couldn't really argue about. So KS was good in that respect. He was definitely good in that respect. JJ Deal says, honest correction is love. May says, don't let the foolish witches and scoffers because they hate wisdom. They sure do. JJ Deal says, the culture is the truth. Facts. Hollywood was forced to abandon the gender war because of how much money they lost. Damn. Huh. You know what? That's a good question because that Barbie movie tanked, didn't it? Like, the Barbie movie didn't do good at all. I ain't heard shit about that shit ever since that shit came out. Joker 2 lost millions, and that wasn't the first one. Right. I didn't even want to watch the first one because it did look stupid, like musical. He says Facebook recently dropped DI 2. Shit. Jay Moore says the government will adapt, though, and women are definitely trouble. He also says KS was successful because he pandered to squares. Well, you know what? There's truth to that. Like, all right, let's just be real. KS was an educated lame. KS is like an educated lame. Coach Greg Adams, he's what, like, okay, if we were all in high school, right, or in college, Coach Greg Adams went to Cal State Northridge too. Shout out to CSUN, Go Matadors. With that being said, Coach Greg Adams, he would have been the jock. He would have been the one who would have been with all the football players or the basketball players. You know what I'm saying? They would have been by the gym. They would have been the dudes with the Letterman jackets. You know what I'm saying? Me, I probably would have been, hey, like Mr. Goodbread said, Mr. Goodbread would talk to me, he was like, yo, we some pookies, bro. And even though we're not pookies by definition, if you're just to kind of see the rundown of how we look on the street or just how we present ourselves, you would think like you'll see me at a liquor store, or, doing some, thugged out shit. But, hey, we all got our uniform, our work uniform, right? This is all, it's all part of the, the show. With that being said, people are still probably in the street. And people say this shit sometimes in the Facebookers. They're like, Pookie. Not a Pookie, but hey, sometimes you got to just rock whatever they call you. but we would be technically the quote unquote hood ninjas. But with that being said, back to KS. KS painted the squares because he technically was a square. He was an educated dude. KS was kind of like an educated lame. I mean, yeah, he might have had a little, he might have, like he said, quote unquote, he used to be able to move and shake in different spaces. Yes. But he was definitely one of those square type of dudes. He was never like, you could just tell that he was never with the hood dudes and nothing like that. And guess what? Nothing was wrong with that. I could just tell you one thing. If I could go back to high school and change my friends, I wouldn't chill with none of them knucklehead ninjas. Straight up. But with that being said, KS definitely pandered to them, like the educated lame. Not saying that they actually, when I say educated lame, I'm not saying it's just a term. It doesn't mean that they actually are lame. So don't, anybody who's on the education tip or anybody who's a quote unquote fit that definition, don't think you have to change. Trust me, there are women who like you for you and not you to just make your money, and they'll like you too. Anyway, the Barbarian says, all the best RP guys always give credit to Kevin Samuels and Sandman. Facts. Really? You think so? I heard some people give it. I heard basically, I ain't gonna lie. I would feel like anybody in my generation of joining the Red Pill, not my age group per se, but people who joined, basically the Red Pill space, or at least started their Red Pill present on YouTube in like 2020, 2021. I probably heard them maybe bring up Kevin Samuels, but man, these older dudes who like our age, like my age and Kevin Samuels' age, who was like on the space before, hell no. I would disagree with that, Barbarius. I don't think I believe that yes. You believe the best RP guys? Who do you consider the best? I guess that would be the better question. Now the infamous show, Sean, the infamous Sean says the Red Pill's not dead, but many fake people distorting the meaning. They're usually brown pill because they talk shit. That's another way to look at it. JJ Jesus says the pressure makes a wise man mad. Things were bad enough already before the women turned against us men. Unlearned fools, which means idiots, are dumb. That's because they hate the truth. Hey, the truth hurts. What they say? If you're scared, go to church. Well, shit, nowadays you know how the church is now, but how the church used to be different. Anyway, Jay Moore says it's a market for educating squares. KS just hit his niche. Right, because you didn't have to be hood. You didn't have to go and, damn near almost get a felony to be down with these people. You didn't have to put in no work. You didn't have to get jumped. You didn't have to get put on. All you had to do was just be you. A lot of people are still on the KS wave. But, the thing is, they're just on the, they only touch on the surface level of what KS is on. You feel me? Because they don't know about, how, he went through cancer, I think twice or once, and how, he went through like 2 divorces and stuff like that. And I think he was even a stepdaddy or some shit like that. Yeah, but Barbarius. I definitely like to want you to point that out though. Who do you consider is the best RP? Because if I would honestly say, if I had to guess, I would say the best RP on top now, of course, Coach Greg Adams. I gotta give him the GOAT too. Salute to Coach Greg Adams, man. Hey, let's give, we give people their flowers. You feel me? Salute to Coach Greg Adams. It wasn't for Coach Greg Adams changed my life. You feel me? I feel like I was going in a trajectory downwards, and just hearing what he had to say, even though I was rising up a little better, I kind of feel like instead of just being on a plateau, I believe I'm going up this way. Fucking with Coach Greg Adams, bro. So I salute Coach Greg Adams. Now, with that being said, I would say Coach Greg Adams. I would say, who else would I say after that? You know who I actually really like too, and he slept on? Well, other than Ringo TV Raw, I like Ringo TV Raw. Okay, Coach Greg Adams, Ringo TV Raw, Ringo TV Reactions. That's his new name of his show. Who else? You know what I actually do enjoy still too? Dr. BOA. I I enjoy his show. Who else do I enjoy? Oh, Immortal Minds when he was back in the day when he was on around the time. See, that's like I think like the second wave of the Red Pill. Immortal Minds. Oh, he still produced stuff. What's his name? I think his name is Thinking Man Templar. Thinking Man Templar got me through a lot. Who else do I like? I think I kind of feel like there's other people I just don't name. I do watch Angry Man Valdez too. I definitely have been in his chat before. He'll probably be. I'll kind of feel like maybe some of those. Basically, those are the top RP guys that I know of on top right now. I always kind of thought Red Fresh and Fish have a great show. They have a great show. Didn't always agree with what they said. You know, but they have a great show. They have a great model. Do I agree with all the content and stuff that they said? No, but they definitely had a good business model and they're very successful. Now, let me go back to these comment sections because there's more to us to kind of cover. I ain't gonna let y'all off this easy tonight. Shit, I guess we all gonna go to bed tonight. Damn, I think I lost track of the comments. Y'all really into watching this Coach Greg Adams. Salute. Let's see here. Oh, Chad Hill comes through from Facebook. Salute. Righteous Fear stand up. He says they tried to take him down many times. Dude, he is the most demonetized and most he's the most I think he's demonetized 13 times. Jay Moore says JS was crazy enough to argue with these 3 or 4s on the internet. Facts. I ain't gonna lie, man. Jay Moore, the reason why you don't really probably see me really talk shit like that in the Facebook groups anymore, man, is because I try to put more into my show. Because, dude, I ain't gonna lie, dude, man. Arguing with those chicks in those groups, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes it could be a little bit rewarding, like, you know, to kind of, you know, to see the squirm. But I got sick and tired of going back and forth with them hoes. That's why I'll post my video and they can talk shit under it, but I just let them talk under the comments, man. Because, dude, the comments and go back and forth with them, dude, that would eat you alive, Jay Moore. That would kill you, man. Now, Red Pill Michael says CJ is a great guy. I've been watching him for years. A man supported man said, I thought Priscilla changed your life. She did change my life. Priscilla she's definitely changed my life. As a matter of fact, Priscilla, look, bruh, on Facebook, Priscilla came under one of my posts and posted her video. I had to fucking delete that shit and tell her I not to post no shit on that shit on my shit, bruh. Yo. Get on that bitch.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
You sure did change.
What the fuck is that?
That damn Priscilla, man. I'm still tripping about that. Yes, Priscilla was all on my shit, fucking posting her motherfucking video. Man. Yo.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Salute to a man supporting man. Jay Moore says Dr. BOA is not getting his flowers either. Right. But I like Dr. BOA. I definitely like Dr. BOA. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watched him in a while, but dude, I watched one of his shows the other day. He gonna say he not red pill. That's what he said, bruh. He said, I'm not red pill. Me in my head, I was just like,
Stop the cap.
I mean, yeah, people can say whatever they want. Oh, I'm not red pill. And I'm not trying to clown Dr. V-Way because I got respect to Dr. V-Way. But, you know, everybody wants to kind of stand out on their own. And guess what? Maybe Dr. BOA, maybe he was always been that way in his life. Like, maybe it was never called red pill. Maybe he'd been like that all his life. And, you know, but unfortunately, whether he was born like that or whether that's just how he is, it still aligns with the red pill space, whether he wants to admit it or not. But, you know, like I said, but that don't mean that, you know, he don't be saying shit that do be true, you know. But, you know, I kind of feel like sometimes people say that shit just for shock value, you feel me? Because he's a very intelligent man. So salute to Dr. BOA. Jay Morris says, Black Ram 313 ain't getting it. Oh, Black Ram 313, dude. Black Ram 313. There's someone else too, but Black Ram 313, dude. I fucks with Black Ram 313. I'm actually glad that he started getting his production up because I told this to somebody on Facebook to like, I was like, man, I fuck with Black Ram 313. I think everybody fuck with Black Ram 313. Fuck with 313. Fuck with Black Ram 313. I think I just didn't like the fact that, like, you know what I'm saying? I was just sick of the fact that you just had to hear somebody and not seeing their face. And I kind of like the fact that he shows his face. I kind of like that he has like a little, at least a studio like setup now. So that's dope. So salute to Black Ram 313. Jay Morgan says Fresh and Fit tank themselves. They sure did because, man, I kind of feel like Fresh and Fit's problem. I kind of got it's like it's the same thing that Coach Greg might have said even about Andrew Tate. Sometimes taking off too fast is not a good thing. Sometimes steadily going with your business, you kind of get used to everything. I feel like Fresh and Fit, like Myron Gaines. Myron Gaines, man, look. Myron Gaines, he's the type of dude, he's always had some type of money. I don't know what his parents do or what money he had. Oh, as a matter of fact, here's another thing I want to point out. We were supposed to be watching the Coach Greg Adams film. But yo, you know how Coach Greg Adams mentions how there are people in the space who's infiltrating? Isn't there one person in the red pill space that we know for sure is a Fed? Yo.
Emotional damage.
I'm not saying that he did anything. I'm not making it, I hope he don't come and diss me or nothing like that or nothing. But hey, I'm just saying though, there is one person in the red pill space that we know for sure is the Feds. Yes or no? I mean, I don't know. Like, you think they got paid for sabotaging themselves? I don't know. Because Myron, he's kind of went on the deep end. And Myron Gaines, he's the smart one in Fresh and Fit. And Fit is supposed to be kind of the cool one, right? That's what their whole little thing is. So, I mean, like, I don't know, but he just kind of like being on some different shit lately. And a lot of people went against the Manosphere. I kind of went even against him. And it looks like even Fresh, the reason why they broke up is because they want to go in different directions. But I'm just saying though, maybe one person had to put in a report. I don't know. Maybe that was like, oh, well, put us on a list just in case we don't look funny. I don't know, bro. But whatever podcast was on the list. And go figure, Fresh and Fit's been on that list. I mean, so I don't know. That man support man says Exo Pro is a Fed. Y'all think he does floors? Ah, shit. Hell nah. Hell nah.
Get to the chopper!
You always teasing people, MPI. Jay Moore says probably more of them than that. But why I gotta be like that though, man? Come on, man. Come on, hey, come on, Jay Moore. We have a lot of people from the continent and from the islands who actually take part of the show, brother. But I understand your sentiment. Believe me, I understand. But I mean, I guess in theory too, I could be technically a teller too. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there.
What kind of shit is that?
So anyway, but I definitely understand the sentiment because Dr. B Away actually, you know what's so funny? Because the video that I was watching about Dr. B Away was him talking about Fresh and Fit, particularly Myron, basically, he basically said he had to say about Fresh and Fit though. Now Jay Moore then says no, they broke up because one let his thing lead him down to a dark alley. Myron went crazy trying to justify the shit. Shit.
Emotional damage.
Hey. Well, you know what? Okay. Hey, you know what? I hate to say this. There is some truth. Look, there is some truth. There is some truth to that. But here's the thing, though, man. They were still getting views. They technically still are getting views. They're just not getting the views on YouTube. That's the problem. So, man, you know what, man? All I know is just that might have been the biggest bag fuck up ever, bro. Like that might have been the biggest bag fuck up ever, and that's why Fresh is trying to do his own little thing. Yeah. You think that's what they broke their back, Jay Moore? He says, yeah, that's what broke their back. You know what? I thought what broke their back was the fact that they got demonetized. Yo, Jay Moore, I look from a philosophical, righteous standpoint. You're right. I totally understand what you're saying as far as respect-wise in the Manosphere, but you got to understand, a lot of people who even followed them weren't all true red pill people either. So they were still, look, all the people who just wanted to be cool and young and cool and be able to get girls, they didn't give a fuck whether they was getting this, whether they were simping for a bitch or not. All they know, look, all most of their viewers knew that they're still getting girls, they're still making money. Trust me, their viewers did not care. Look, have you ever been into the? Have you ever watched? Have you ever listened or went into the chat of Fresh and Fit? Jay Moore says you can't do shit like that. hey, I hear what you're saying, but shit, yo, they're doing it all the way up until Myron Gaines start putting on clan hats and start, doing crazy shit on the show. Between that and some of their little things getting censored and stuff, that's what got them in trouble. It's not even the fact that they're like, I hear what you're saying from a philosophical standpoint, but guess what? They're still doing numbers, bro. Yo, they didn't have to wake up and work. They didn't have to wake up and go to work every fucking day. I mean, the other work other than Fresh and Fit, they didn't have to go and fucking go, fix a roof or fix an electrical panel like me and XL Pro and none of that shit, bro. They just woke up and they were making money just for just being on the podcast, bro. Jay Moore, trust me. When you get one of these YouTube checks, those real YouTube checks, bro, I don't know. See, what I do believe, to be honest with you, I truly do believe that, when you start smelling your own shit, you start slipping, you start doing stupid shit. And I can honestly say that I even did this on my channel. I kind of believe that I probably would maybe be close to 10,000. But there's a lot of dumb things that I've done because I didn't really pay attention to the rules and I was kind of just doing this shit on a whim. But I truly believe I would have been at least close to 10,000 already subscribers. But there's a lot of dumb shit that I've done, even myself as well. Jay Moore says, bro, when you get money, it's always some broad ready to take you out. Right. Hey, that's true. That's true. I agree. Man. Yeah, we're having a good talk, but let's go back to what the coach was kind of saying, because that's very important.
The next one is going to be the lack of creativity amongst the content creators. What happened because of the peak 2021 to 2023 when the Manosphere had the world in a chokehold? Kevin Samuels had the world on a damn on a heart machine. He was taking the world by storm. And nobody had any objections that were legitimately to stop them. It had to be government intervention and counterintelligence and people coming up pirating to stop it. But the content creators themselves started to not invest. And here's the problem with this. They started to do it cheaply. What happened? What became popular? Reaction videos. And that was right after the explosion of TikTok and Kevin Samuels. So how content creators came up was to just watch content creation by Fresh and Fit and review it. And then they will watch Kevin Samuels from the previous night and review it. And then they will put together a string of TikToks and review it with no teaching, no message, no principles, nothing. They simply were lazy because they saw an easy way to get a rise in subs. And that became what everybody started to chase because the content creators started to jockey for position. They started to beef, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Because now it became, who's the next? The content creators. Why not me? Why this guy getting views and why I'm not? Why this guy got 100,000 subs and I don't? So the content creators started to go, okay, we could cheapen up the message. This is when we saw people dropping 5 videos a day. 5.
Yo. Bruh.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Yo. I don't know if y'all noticed that on my show. Anybody who's been fucking with me from the beginning, whether you've been on me on Facebook or follow me on YouTube, y'all notice that I never drop more than 1 video a day. I might drop 1 video every other day. But dropping a video every day is like, okay, you're trying to feed the algorithm. Because here's the truth. The truth is YouTube does reward you for your work. But with that being said, it's true work, as in like me engaging with you guys, y'all engaging with me, pressing the like button. By the way, everybody press that like button, please. Press the share if y'all think this is good. This is a good little rundown of Coach Rick Adams' show. I ain't gonna have this for too long. I just want to just go through it. There's a few talking points, and then y'all can watch it for yourselves. Maybe I even put the link in the description as well. But anyway, yo, like, when people, cheapen up, shit, I know some people who they done put out 3-4 videos a day, bruh. Like, and guess what? Nothing's wrong with that if you're doing short form content, right? But if you're doing long form content, or at least anything over 30 minutes, I think people might, it's not gonna like, unless everybody watch all your videos, all 4 videos you put out per day, I feel like it's content productive. It's always better just to make 1 good video that people can reference versus having 4 or 5 videos a day like these guys are doing. Because basically what they were doing was they were using the algorithm. But unfortunately, all YouTube does is just change the algorithm.
5 videos a day. Now, before 2021, people would put 1 video out. 1. By 2023, it was commonplace. 5 clips, 2 8-hour live streams, 8 shorts. Niggas started to be like, oh shit, it's an arms race. So the lack of creativity was like, let's produce the easiest amount of content. How can I do that? We just gonna fucking take the algorithm. We just gonna pound the algorithm. And that gave the space more exposure. People's sub counts went through the roof. And then now people said, oh shit, okay, I got to just make car videos and react to videos. Like, this did not help the space. And it eventually led to people getting more info than they normally would have had, more polarizing clips, more clip farming, more Manosphere exposed, more of those type of content. Nobody was exposing the Manosphere very much until this point. All right, where the creativity got low, nobody invested. Nobody supported any other content creators becoming the top dog. We're going to talk about that next because I'm trying.
Yo. So essentially, he just basically just mapped out essentially how, essentially the reason why the Manosphere is not super popping, the reason why we're not all making money is because we didn't build each other up. Too busy backbiting and basically doing all the same shit that blue pill, beta pill motherfuckers would do. And one thing I appreciate about Coach Rick Adams, he said that we're all guilty of some form of, bringing down the Manosphere, or whether, we got mad at somebody dissing us and we dissed them back. Even if we dissed somebody back, that also was very toxic and cancerous too, because then people was just concerned about going viral, and an easy way to go viral is to have a beef video. Man, one thing I could definitely say, I definitely had disagreements with even some of the biggest content creators. But guess what? I ain't never put out a diss video on none of them yet. And I can name a couple big name guys I know right now who have been very vocal on this live stream. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, one of them hung up on me. Actually, take that back. Two of them hung up on me. But we're not gonna dwell in the past because, like Coach Gregory says, we try to like strive for like a higher echelon, upper echelon, a better way of thinking. Jay Moore says rat race BS, right? Hey, Jay Moore, you don't take things lightly. You know what I'm saying? You don't take things lightly, bro. Jay Moore, bro, he can't be playing them fucking little cheesy ass rat games with him, dog. No. He ain't going for that shit, bro. For real. Not at all.
Nope.
Now, yeah, so there is another part that I do want to share with Coach Rick Adams had to say, because this is an interesting portion of how to look at the whole game too. Oh, is that the part I wanted to play? Where's it at? Oh, look, I actually started playing by itself. Oh, it did start playing by itself. Oh, I guess because I had it on for too long, it started playing by itself. Oh, I guess it didn't want to hold the position for too long. Okay, you know what? All right. There's one important part that I kind of wanted to talk about, which is something that's very, very, very important. Something that we missed out on. Where is it at? Damn. I thought it was very important because it brought up a good part of the Manosphere that we're missing out on. Damn. Is it this part? Let's see here.
Profile picture and some evidence behind it. Like I said, we're all guilty of this. So I made these videos on other people. I made it.
Here we go.
We're in 20 business around their YouTube because we were so-called helping. Showing you an example.
Now, guys, this is where all the back end stuff happens. This is actually where the magic happens. Welcome to the office.
Where is the Manosphere version of this? Where's the Manosphere version of this? Where's the Manosphere version of we're going to build a business around this and we're going to have an office and we're going to have a studio and shit in there? Well, anybody who attempted to do this fell into the next category, which is the competition between content creators. Now, this space saw more diss videos from content creator to content creator before Abbott and Preach started dissing the Manosphere. I'm going to say it again. My man said a team for what? That's what I'm talking about. My man said, what do you need a team for? That is why the Manosphere destroyed itself. Because so motherfucking you guys are not self-aware. If you want to legitimize anything, you have to keep up with the competition. Any content creator that tried to build a team, it was successfully torn apart from the content creators. You cannot be serious making car videos and reaction videos. That's exactly why the Manosphere destroyed itself. You never want it to be bigger and legitimate. You always wanted it to be illegitimate for your own personal reasons. Why? Because you're a loser, because you're unsuccessful. You cannot have this space continue for 10 or 15 years and you're doing reaction videos and car videos. You can't do it.
Yo. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but in the beginning of my red pill journey, yes. Did I have a couple car videos? Yes. But did y'all notice that y'all didn't really see me in the car? Shit, y'all, I think maybe my first video or two, I might have did it in my bedroom, like on my bed or some shit like that, right? Because that was like 2019, 2020. But bruh, I can't even take a person seriously when I see them in a car video. Because the only people I really see do car videos, the only people, I look at them weird when they do this, is females. Females be doing car videos. I'm like, damn, bitch, you couldn't take a video in your house? Like, you got so many kids in your house, you can't take a car video? Like, you got to do a car video? Like, that's so 2016, 2017 to me, to be like making a video in your car. Like, damn, you don't have a quiet place where you could just make a video? Like, I would even respect somebody, shit, like, I used to watch Darius's videos until he decided not to, do YouTube no more. But he used to do videos in the park. But at least I don't even respect somebody who go to the park and do a video than a nigga just sitting in his car, bro. Like what?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You destroyed yourself. You destroyed yourself. All right. And listen, if you're critical of what I'm saying here, you better have a profile picture and some evidence behind it. Like I said, we're all guilty of this. So I made this videos on other people. I made this video on Rich Cooper in 2019. Nobody's saying that I didn't do any of these things. I said we're a part of the Manosphere. But guys, this is another reason you're seeing this. These men are going to prove me right as to why this space destroyed itself. Because these people are the reason why. In the comment section, they're going to prove exactly why this space destroyed itself. These small thinkers, oh, you did, and pointing the finger. You're going to show, I'm going to lay out the case why this space destroyed itself. Because you guys wanted to always be car videos. You guys wanted to be always in the shadow. You guys always wanted to be, oh, we're just helping men for free. And listen, YouTube became a business. The Manosphere never took it that way. Any content creator that took it as a business, it was destroyed by the Manosphere. Let me give you an example. Pearl made it a business. Myron made it a business. They hired a whole team of people. You guys criticized them for that. You guys criticized Pearl for that, the 360 content deal. It wasn't Abba and Preach that did it. It wasn't Abba and Preach who did it. Now, you can blame Abba and Preach for attacking the so-called Manosphere. They really only attacked 4 people: Myron, Donovan, Darius, and Pearl. That's it. I guarantee you, and I'm going to make you guys type this in, and I want you to prove my point. All right? I want you to prove my point.
He ain't lying.
This is going to prove my point. Type in any content creator within the Manosphere that had beef. Type it in.
I'll reload it.
This is going to prove my point. You guys want to say YouTube and censorship and terms of services, and you guys are just trying to distract yourself from this truth. But I'm going to prove that there are people, and even to me, and then even include who they were beefing against. Before Abba and Preach ever cut one video, and I'm going to prove you, it was the Manosphere people attacking other Manosphere people. In fact, Abba and Preach reacted to one Manosphere person attacking another. They reacted to another Manosphere person cutting a piece of content that was very, very thorough. And that's what they used against the Manosphere.
Damn. Do y'all remember when KS and Fresh and Fit basically had like a little silent little beef? I remember that too. Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy. Jay Moore says crabs in a barrel. He said, yeah, car videos, that's deep. Oh, and Man Support Man says Darius still posts videos. Oh, I thought he got off. I thought he got off of YouTube. That's what Coach Rick Adams said in this video. He said Darius went to work. Hey, he said he went to work. And hey, and I'm a preacher was trying to get on Darius. And it was funny, I actually like Darius. But I kind of feel like their critique on Darius was even as bad as it was on Crook and Fresh Fit. Them dudes truly hate each other. And it's almost kind of stupid too, because I don't honestly even say that even Abba and Preacher's critique against Fresh and Fit first. I mean, they could have had their own choice words, but I kind of feel like Fresh and Fit, you know, I mean, I hate to say this, but just because you break bread with somebody, I hate to say it, that's why they say you should be careful with who you break bread with. Just because you break bread and hang out with somebody that has one of your houses and make them your friend. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel at the same time too, as critics, they have a right to kind of say what they agree and disagree with. I don't think they necessarily don't like them I don't think they said they didn't like them. They just didn't agree with their testimony and what they had to say, their testament. That's all it was. It could have actually turned out a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Maybe they could have even made it a friendly debate where they could even clicked up again. But yeah, the beefs. I definitely believe that Fresh and Fit beef with Albert and Preach definitely hurt them more than it helped them. A man support man says, when I hear one Manosphere content creator talk about another, I change the video. I can't stand it and dislike it. Right. Right. I just kind of feel like I do believe that I believe that you could call somebody out or you could disagree with somebody, but when you start personally attack them, that is a little insane. I try to stay away from that. I definitely try to stay away that. If anything, I'll go diss somebody out. I'll probably diss somebody out the space before I actually diss somebody in the space. Other than the fact of telling the truth. I mean, it's the truth, and it's taken as a diss. It's taken as a diss, but you could, I guess it's subjective, maybe. Now there is one part that I want to show too, because I don't want to show y'all the whole thing, because I don't want to make my video as long as Coach Greg Adams video. Y'all can go watch the Coach Greg Adams video for your own. But it is one part of the video that I do want to touch on, and this kind of really shocked me. This part really shocked me, and not because of what necessarily about Coach Greg Adams, but almost what Coach Greg Adams admit happened in the Manosphere. And here we go. Jay Morgan says, did one of them F&F dudes get some woman pregnant? Supposedly, but then they didn't. I mean, yeah, she didn't get pregnant, but she was still a 304. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely got to give him the L. We definitely got to give Mr. Walter the L for that, bro. For real.
Let's go gambling! Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it.
Oh, there we go.
Is at its strongest together. He says the space has to think bigger than just reaction and car videos. He says, could you have amazing how? I think you meant could have been. You got me reading wrong. I read wrong all the time. But he says, could have been amazing how unstoppable this space would have been if every creator banded together. It would have been more than just KS getting deleted. And yeah, like people couldn't handle me going to speak at certain conferences, which I want to clear up since you guys are watching it. I spoke at the CME, Donovan Sharp, and I spoke at the 21 convention. People were making a big deal about this, and people didn't hear what happened. And this stream is now at the 2-hour mark. I apologize. I went to 21 convention first, and I went to the CME. But at the time, people didn't know that there was a breakdown between the two organizers. But the breakdown happened after I committed to both of those events. So when people start seeing me at one event and at the other, people were like, oh, what is he doing? There's some crazy shit going on, right? And people start saying, other content creators that didn't like this event planner were dissing me. And then that same creator, it was Rollo Tomasi. Rollo Tomasi was mad that I was speaking at 21 convention. Okay, because even I didn't know this. When I agreed to speak, let me just tell the entire story. I agreed to speak at the 21 convention. At the time, Anthony Johnson called me. I didn't know who he was, but I thought he was associated with Rollo and Rich Cooper because the previous year they were the speakers. Then Anthony called me and he said, hey, I want you to speak there. And I was like, damn. I was like, you want me to go in there with Rich and all these other people? And I thought it was PUAs. I didn't know. So then Donovan Sharp, I had his number and I said, Donovan, I called Donovan because Donovan, we reached out and we were cool. Donovan, who spoke at the 21 the previous year, said, yeah, Anthony's cool. He said, Anthony Johnson is cool. Like, think about how behind the scenes this shit is. He said, Anthony Johnson is cool. And he says, in fact, I'll get on a conference call between me, you, and Anthony, and we could talk about it. This was a year before I took the stage. in Orlando. So this is how crazy shit going. So I was like, all right, I'll go. But then that's when I found out Anthony and Rolo and them fell out. So I was like, oh, I really didn't know what was going on behind the scenes because I was concerned about even going there with them. But then I was like, oh, y'all fell out? I didn't know nothing. So me, Donovan, and Anthony on the same conference call. So then that was, 10 months before there was the 21 convention. So that's 10 years before I even took the stage. Now, something weird happened. What happened was Donovan said he's going to do his own version of the event. Now, this was after I committed to 21. So I'm already committed to going to it. But then Donovan calls me and said, I'm going to do my own event. I didn't know Anthony was going to be pissed. I said, that's cool. He said, you want to speak at it? I said, yep. So I'm committed to both of them. Little did I know, Anthony didn't like the fact that Donovan's doing this event. He didn't like it. I didn't know. I had no clue. I was on a motherfucking conference call with him 3 months before. I didn't realize. I'm not thinking. I'm just sitting there like, okay, you want me to speak? I'll go. You want me to speak? I'll go. I'm not thinking about all this high school beef and who hate each other. I'm not even thinking about it. But of course, the internet doesn't know this. So the internet seeing this 10 months later as the event progresses and I take the stage, then I take the stage and at Donovan's event, you guys are all perplexed, confused, conspiracy theories are going everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know. So Rolo's mad at me. He cussed this video on me because I go to 21. The rest of the world that hates Donovan cuts this video on me because how can I speak at 21 and go to CME? And I'm like, I'm perplexed. I'm literally just doing my podcast and just trying to get some exposure. I'm perplexed. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then Anthony cuts a crazy video on Donovan. I'm like, oh my God, I'm stuck in the middle. And so people are like, what is he doing? And he doing this? And he about this? And I'm like, this is too much. So guess what? The next 21 comes up. I go to the 21 convention. Anthony invites me back. He's like, you did good. You want to come back? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm coming back. Then Donovan calls me and says, you want to come back to the next CME? And I was like, yeah, I'll come back. So people are still in this high school drama shit, but I'm like, I'll go to both. Anthony's cutting off everybody that goes to the second CME, and he doesn't cut me off because I just was new. So he didn't cut me off. And we had a conversation about it. He was like, yeah, I'm cool with you. The rest of these guys are traitors. So I'm like,
hey, that's the thing about too. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay as much out of beefs as much as possible. Not saying I ain't never told nobody who they was in front of their face or on the video, but I just try to stay away from that messy shit. You feel me? And the worst part is when somebody drag you in some motherfucking messy ass shit, bruh. And you're just like, man, I'm just trying to fucking get a meal ticket, bruh. Like, this man just trying to make his damn money. And like, there's a whole little beef going around. And that's one thing that I noticed even in these red pill groups is that everybody got their own little factions and they have their own little club and, oh, we're cool with you, or, because you're not cool with him, I'm not cool with you either. And that whole beef clicky thing is a problem. I mean, hey, we can see it in the numbers. But that's crazy that whole shit went down. But listen to how the rest of the story ends. Check it.
I ain't in it. Right? I ain't in the shit, right? So I'm like, hey, man, bro, I ain't in it. I ain't picking sides. I'm just trying to get me some exposure. Then Rolo Tomasi tells Donovan to not let me speak at the CM motherfucking E. I was like, Donovan.
Yo, that is some fucking greasy ass shit, bruh. For real.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You know, that's why, you know, when I heard about him doing that hater shit to Coach Rick Adams, I don't want to hear nothing that Rollo Tomasi got to say. And, you know, and it's crazy too because Donovan Sharp, man, I ain't gonna lie. I used to watch Donovan Sharp a lot too. And I ain't gonna front shit, you know, I still watch him from time to time when I get a chance. But I can honestly say I think the only thing I think Donovan Sharp's mistake was I can't believe his mistake is you could still be cool and have allegiance to somebody, but somebody, you know, you can still be cool with somebody and still kind of tell them that they're wrong. I kind of feel that, you know, I kind of feel like he kind of feels like maybe because Rollo Tomasi maybe put him under his wing or something, he kind of feel that he kind of has this loyalty to him that is really kind of has nothing to do with the business in mind. You feel me? But essentially it was, you know, well, one of my friends didn't want to play, so I can have my friend who always want to play, even though he's acting like a little bitch. I'm still gonna take over him. That's essentially what he did, was not to basically have beef with, I guess, him and his crew. He basically chose to try to basically shut out the coach, man. That shit fucking crazy.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
But guess what? You know, and every disappointment is for a greater appointment, because think about it. Coach Greg Adams, even though he might be 13 times demonetized, Pete this, he's still trending. He's still doing better than, you know, all these content creators who were inviting him to the show. So imagine that. So salute to the coach for doing his thing. That's why we giving Coach his flowers tonight.
He calls me and said, since I spoke at the second 21 convention, Rollo doesn't want to do the Donovan says he doesn't want to be the keynote speaker. Rollo's the keynote speaker at the second CME. But because I spoke at 21 twice, Rollo doesn't want me to be at the CME. I was like, man, I'm done with you, nigga. So I said, this is the last one. I said, I'm going to speak at one more event and I'm done with everybody. I'm done. Because, like, I didn't do shit. Like, what did I do? Right? So, and I keep all of that a secret. There's a lot of behind the scenes shit that goes on. And I just want to do my show. And I could have cut a video on everybody about this. And I was just like, man, this Manosphere shit is for the birds. But then you want me to stick up for y'all, bro. Y'all want me to stick up for y'all and fight for men's issues and shit like this. And behind the scenes, so I'm seeing this amazing breakdown between Anthony, Rollo, Donovan, and I'm stuck in the middle of it. And I'm like, I don't really care about either one of this shit. I need some videos of me speaking on the stage, which was great because Anthony had a great production. So his clips made me go viral. In fact, if you look it up, I have millions of views on this channel. All right, just on his clips alone, because his production is by far the best. Unfortunately, I look at it and say, that's an example of having something great in the men's space, not supporting it over some bullshit, over really bullshit. Why didn't we make 21 Studios the best fucking, the best fucking place for men to speak? Because believe it or not, it legitimizes content creators. Now, whatever politics the men in this space have proves my point, but people, his clips of me speaking on stage brought me so much legitimacy as a content creator, because people are like, hey, this guy's speaking in public. He's speaking in front of an audience. Those clips legitimize the Manosphere speakers. They legitimize you because you're not just doing a car video. You're not in your basement. You're not You know, you're not doing that, right? You're on a stage, you're on a mic with lighting and the stage and audience, and you're legitimized. And people have found me. I was in Brazil and the guy was like, hey, you're that guy that does speeches. He doesn't know about my podcast or anything. He says, you're that guy that does speeches on, and he couldn't even remember what I talked about. He didn't even know my name. He just remembers that he saw me in a legitimate space speaking and that, right? So that's an example of what I said earlier. We never allow things to sit, like see itself through, but the men in this space will do everything they can to bring that type of thing down. They'll cut videos against Anthony and against Donovan and against anybody trying to make the space legitimate and better. When somebody said, why do people need teams? Anthony Johnson had an incredible team of people. He wasn't recording the videos. He had a mic guy, an audio guy, a lighting guy. He had a hotel. He had a stage. He had 3 different hotel venues. And people are like, why do we need that? The space needs to be legitimate. And in my opinion, we missed the window because it's too late to legitimize it now. It's the redhead stepchild of the YouTube. It's too late. You had a chance between 2021 and 2023 with the momentum that the space gained to legitimize then. If you legitimize at that point, it would have been hard to take down because everybody would have had legitimate presentation. But everybody needs to realize this is a business. This isn't for us to heal red pill ragers. This isn't why we need to continue to do this. It needs to be legitimized for it to be taken seriously. At this point, it can't be taken seriously. That's why the Manosphere defeated itself. It destroyed itself because the men didn't want to see Anthony legitimize his thing. Donovan legitimize his thing. Nobody has a team. Fresh and Fit has a team. Fuck them. They're going to go broke. They can't pay them. Nah, boo, boo. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody wanted to take it to a legitimate position. You all wanted to stay in the car video in the basement and work that shit out for Red Pill Ragers just on some moral shit, some moral crusade. Just to make you feel better. And meanwhile, watch that person for 5-10 years straight and never donate anything. And then when you ask for a donate, you begging for donation, you grifting. That's why the Manosphere destroyed itself. If you're mad at that and you're disagreeing with it, that's your own personal problem. But you're going to prove me right in the comment section with that point of contention. When you disagree with that, you're going to prove me right. You would rather destroy it. Even though you need it on a daily basis, you watch YouTube every day. You need it. You couldn't go a day without watching fucking YouTube Manosphere content. But no, hell, we ain't gonna let nobody get up. We ain't gonna let nobody win. Fuck that. Y'all don't need to get paid. Fuck y'all.
Facts. Yo, that's one I could definitely say. I ain't a front. I might not get the most donations in the world. And sometimes, you know, hey, if y'all can't donate, y'all can donate. But you know what? The least somebody could do is press the like button. Sometimes somebody won't press the like button just because you're doing it. They'll press the like button if Pearly Things is doing it. They'll press the like button if, what's that girl's name? Crimson Cure. What's that other girl? The one who had that big heart on, tattoo on her chest. Denisha. They will donate to Denisha, but they'll press the like button and give that Denika chick a super chat. I just be asking for a like button, and a lot of people came and pressed that. Over 100 people, came across this video, whether they watched it for long or not. Only 15 people pressed the like button, bruh. Yo. After almost 2 hours, bro. Yeah.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
I think that code.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Y'all need to check out his video. Matter of fact, let me pull it up again. His video. How the Manosphere destroyed himself. Check that out for real. Now, yeah, nothing that he said was wrong at all. Now, Jake the Space says the cat fighting is no different from the back and forth between spots of Obsidian Ali, the angry man on O'Shea Deuce Jackson, and Kevin Samuels saw an opening back in 2017 and played the 3. Huh. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Jack Spade, because they Kevin Samuels was cool with all 3 of them people. Ain't that something? And I remember hearing a clip of basically Angry Man basically telling O'Shea to take a fight if he want to fight. She crazy. Jay Moore says, "Goddamn shame." Yeah, it is a goddamn shame, but it's true. It's true. Like, there's a lot of beefs, backbiting. People are not wanting to give nobody else no love or anything like that. Because it is true. If you work as a network, it legitimizes this shit. You feel me? Just like any other organization. But unfortunately, the truth is there are government forces in play. Not only that, but shit, the ego will ultimately let them get their get their brains all in a bunch. But yo, man, I really appreciate everybody tuning in, though. For real. But but of course, this message might fall on deaf ears. Now, with that being said, what clips I got for you? Oh, matter of fact, a man supporting man. I think I got a video of Priscilla talking some bullshit tonight. But before we get into that, let's see here. What else I got for y'all? Oh, Dr. Umar. Here we go, him crashing out again.
Don't you give away your peach cobbler. You hold that peach cobbler. They said the snow bunnies is draining all their African testosterone. She said the snow bunnies are draining all of their African testosterone. She said the snow bunnies are draining all of their African testosterone. Don't you give away your peach cobbler. You hold that peach cobbler. Put it in the freezer. Oh.
Oh, that ain't it.
Say this to my brothers. Let me say this to my brothers. If she got a loosey-goosey, that's not on you, that's on her. If she got a loosey-goosey, that's on her, that's not on you. If she coming to you with a loosey-goosey, that is not your fault. Because no man should be responsible for rocking a loose box. You understand? If the screws have fallen out the box, if the bolts have fallen out the box, if the walls have been torn down, that's not on you, black man. I'm talking about a healthy sugar box. I'm talking about a healthy cookie jar. I'm talking about some healthy Cinnabons. I'm talking about some nice and fresh peach cobbler. I'm not talking about no crusty cobbler, some old stale Cinnabons, a sugar box that got all the sugar rocked out. It's not on a black man to please a woman who has an unhealthy sugar box. I just want to say that for the record. I just want to say that for the record.
What kind of shit is that?
Oh, you think he wigging out? But wait, there's more. There's more.
Control your Shango stick, my ninja, because it'll burn your life. If you meet a bunny on a trip, you will stay with that bunny. Control your Shango stick. Control your Shango stick, my ninja, because it'll burn your life down. Control your Shango stick, my ninja. It'll mess up your future. Control your Shango stick, my ninja.
Please.
If you meet a bunny on a trip, you will stay with that bunny. You will not get back on the plane back home. We're going to put you on a canoe. You going to row your ass back home. Oh, yes. Put his ass on a canoe. Let the ancestors deal with you over the mighty ocean of the Atlantic. Put his ass on a canoe. You and your bunny. Tie their ass to the slave ship. and let the ancestors deal with you on the high seas. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Uh-oh. Well, first off, a man supporting man says King Kong pro black comedy. Then Jay Moore says what he's smoking. Hey, man, I don't know what he's smoking. Look, after I seen him exchange numbers with that Snow Bunny at that mall close to his house, Dr. Umar can't say shit about where I stick my digging stick, bro. But Jack Space says something that's interesting. He says, no government involvement at play. People see the dollars that can be made. Nothing different than how back in the mid-'80s, Oprah showed there was major money to be made via daytime talk. See, here's the thing. You will just have to watch Cobra Adams' whole video if you got the time and check it out. He breaks it down like a surgeon. How basically, and here's another too. Ryan Zuckerberg went in front of Congress, or was it the Senate? I forgot where it was, the House of Representatives, and basically admit that they were basically told to basically like censor certain content. So if Ryan Zuckerberg, a billionaire like him, could censor Instagram and Facebook to not saying right-wing things or anything that's like basically pro-black or anything pro-red pill, dude, why wouldn't they be able to control it on YouTube? It's just the same thing. All they had to do was go talk to the lady who runs YouTube and whatever and get it in the bag. Trust me. Coach Rick Adams broke it down to the T. Plus, this is actually information that is known. That's why a lot of people like Donald Trump and stuff and Elon Musk, because they gave another way of people having an outlet to say what they had to say. So I disagree with that sentiment. There's definitely government involvement. Now, dude, when the government puts out a list that there's a list of people, like what Coach Rick Adams showed, where basically Steph is cold, fresh and fit, all these people were on that list. That was an FBI list, bro. How was the government not involved? Jack Space says, and everyone and their mama had to talk show when they're with the near common themes. I mean, all right, I get that. I get that portion too, but at the same time, Coach Greg Adams actually breaks that down as well, because basically what he said was, and it was a good saying that he said, and I quote, he said, essentially what the mainstream did was they strip mined us. They took all our good points, like, people, are more than likely to divorce. It's not about if, it's about when, things that Coach Ragnar said. And basically people have just took it to the mainstream, but then they just scratch the surface. They just take the surface things. They're not gonna say, divorces happen because, the woman wants to practice hypergamy and get with another dude. They only just scale it on the surface. So yeah, you're definitely right about that. I mean, two things could be true, and be this and simultaneously. Jay Moore says take the red pill to X because X is raw. Facts. As a matter of fact, a lot of viewers came on here on Raw. As a matter of fact, my shit on X right now. A lot of people viewing from there too. So I appreciate everybody who's watching on X. Yeah, it's real. Excuse me. And Coach Ray Adams kind of brought up too that, counterintelligence doesn't necessarily have to be a government operative. It could just be somebody who is just the opposite of them and opposite of you or opposite of the RP, and they just end up pushing him. They just end up putting his, because let's just be real. I believe that I do damn good content. Let's just be real. Coach Greg Adams does exceptional content. And, even though he might get the most views in the live chat, he wasn't able to get monetization. Why? Because somebody decided for some reason what he says is negative, even though all he does is try to help man. All he does is just make sure man don't end up being victim. But, it is the powers that be. Hopefully, when Trump becomes president tomorrow, we'll see a lot of positive change when it comes to this media stuff. Hopefully, maybe they'll lift the ban on YouTube and your boy Cali West could blow up. Now, with that being said, Man, I thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. I'm Cali West, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Check out the Coach Rick Adams, how the Manosphere was destroyed video, and check him out. Tell him your boy Cali West sent you. Once again, I'm out of here gone. Peace. I appreciate y'all.